Welcome. Today I'm talking about wide interval licks, which is a great way to add some spice and a modern kind of vibe to your guitar playing. So before we begin, I want to make sure we're all on the same page. What is an interval? Well, that's just a fancy musical term for distance between two notes. So when I say wide interval, I'm thinking about an interval that's greater than a fourth. So that would be, let's say we consider E our home bass, that would be 1. So E, F, G, A would be a fourth. So great way to find wide intervals is in shapes you already know. So if we look to the most common, or what could be argued is the most common shape on the guitar, probably a bar shape of some sort. So in here, right off the bat, between strings 6 and 5, we've got a wide interval of a fifth. The old Star Wars interval. So in any case, we can stack these. In other words, we can play an interval from our starting position, where our first finger is. Double that on the next string. Keep following that pattern. Very cool, modern kind of vibe right there. But it doesn't stop there. So there's more inside this shape if we look at the next couple of strings. So let's start now from string 5. So from the 7th fret here on the 5th string to the 3rd string, we've got a nice 6th interval there, which can be major or minor depending on the chord. So I just played 2 different ones. That's a kind of a shape you'll hear from guitar players like Steve Morse, Eric Johnson, John Petrucci, you know, all those shredder guys. So how do we put these together to create lines? Well, I think it's cool to maybe use one interval, but it's a lot cooler, in my opinion, to start shifting to different intervals throughout the lick. And then maybe tie them together, adding some more glue with something more familiar like a pentatonic run, something from the blues scale, some bends. So it's not just kind of these wide computer sounding intervals, but something with connectivity. So in the beginning of the video, you heard me play a line that was sort of reminiscent of a guitar player I really like called Carl Verheyen. Recommend you check out his stuff. And he's got some great instructional material for building these things. Okay, here's that lick from the beginning of the video in the key of E minor. A little slower. Hey, if you're loving this wide interval stuff, do me a favor and hit that like button or leave me a comment below. Or if you'd like some more help with this stuff, feel free to get in touch. We can do some private lessons, or I'd be happy to just set up a free consultation to go over some of this stuff with you. Another fun usage of wide intervals would be for outlining chord progressions like this. So what I'm doing there is combining shapes you already know, so the root 5th up to the 3rd. So rather than mashing down all these strings like I would to play the bar shape version, I'm really deliberately hitting one note and sort of releasing into the next one so that I don't get a lot of bleed. Now you may want that, so by all means, if that's the sound you're after, go for it. But I'm trying for separation in this example. So I'm going low, middle, high, middle, giving me a 16th note vibe. So here's a shape you may not know. We already did the major and minor versions of this bar thing, but this is an inversion right here. So this is a first inversion chord. This would be B first inversion, and the spacing is just a little bit wider than a 5th there. So we're going, in this case, 11th fret, next string down will be 14, jumping up to the 3rd string on 11. So I'll walk you through what I was just doing a moment ago. I was doing minor, that's a C sharp minor, up to B major, first inversion, E major, down to A major, back to E. So there I used a different shape. This one is having a root on the 5th string. So same concept applies there. You already know this shape, I'm sure. So this is your standard garden variety A major shape. Here we're playing it as an E root. So there's our wide intervals. I'm going to go down. Actually going up for the next one. Let's say G sharp minor. Down to a B major. And then this last one, I did basically the same thing, but the ending's a little bit different. That last little fragment there. So it's just a B, so I've got root, fifth, major, third, and then I end up hitting the sixth interval as well. I hope this stuff is inspiring you to take your playing in a different direction and try out some of these wide intervals. I'll be back with another video soon. In the meantime, hit that subscribe button and be sure to check out some of my other stuff. I'll play you out with one more wacky one.